Thank you so much, everyone, for coming to witness our grieving. I think pain only moves when it's witnessed, and the struggle that the Jewish people have had for the last 2,000-ish years is not finding witnesses to help us move our pain. And if you don't move pain, it stays in your body and you become numb to it. So, for example, there was a young woman who spoke on PBS on behalf of the Jews of Pittsburgh, and she wasn't crying, and she didn't look like she was in pain. And it's a kind of classic, I think, American Jewish thing. Like, we're just done with pain. We don't know how to keep filling up with it anymore. So a lot of us feel like about here up and not here down. When we have witnesses, when we have non-Jewish allies witness us, it gives our pain permission to move. And then we have the blessing of feeling, which hurts, but that's the only way to heal. So I feel this vessel called Phoebe. I feel very blessed because the last day and a half, my ancestors have been moving a tremendous amount of grief through me. I was not raised religiously at all, but my family is Jewish. And for those of you who don't know, Judaism is a religious civilization. It's a people with a shared lineage and ancestral footprint. And so there's something called the neshama, which is the Jewish soul, which I didn't even know about until about a year and a half ago when mine started really talking to me and bringing me back to just opportunities to learn about Judaism and connect with Jews. So the last day and a half, I've been feeling this deep trigger of pain, like my ancestors are saying to me, please feel this. We need this pain to move. We have so much pain from so much time. We need this pain to move. And I had this feeling like, I don't want to just cry with Jews. Jews have been getting together and crying for a very long time. I want to cry with non-Jews. I want non-Jews to hold me and say, you have permission to feel. Let this pain move through you. And I found that yesterday. I wandered into this church that I don't normally go to. It's like a non-denominational church, so people of many different faith backgrounds, and I felt really like alone and in my body, and I was like, people don't understand what I'm going through right now, and I don't really know who I can talk to. And then I just encountered this woman, and I just held her hands and just started sobbing, like could not stop sobbing, and she just put her hands on my head and was just like, I see you, I see you, I see you, it's okay, I see you. And just having that permission for that energy to move, as soon as I was done letting that move through me, I looked around and I felt so at home. I was like, all these people who I felt so separate from and distant from, I actually felt like, oh, I am completely welcomed by these people. So to walk through pain is to get closer to God. To walk through pain is to get closer to people. We need witnesses to help us walk through this pain. So when a speaker was asking earlier tonight, saying we want to show the Jewish people love, we'd like to show them that they're supported and that we care. I'd say the way to show a Jewish person love is just to give them permission to feel what they're feeling. And Jews in the audience, I encourage you to ask your ancestors to move through you, because a lot of us are numb, and I know that I was numb to my Judaism for most of my life, and I'm only very recently becoming enlivened to it. I had written a poem, but it was kind of when a lot of rage was moving through me, so I'm not sure if I want to share it. Let's see if I can find a couple lines. Raw, rusty, metallic fear, come up and come out. For no one do we need to hide. Hiding has never served us. Hiding this pain has made us anxious, made us escape our bodies to our heads. Have you ever heard of an anxious Jew? Do you wonder why Jews are so anxious? Do you have any idea how much pain is in the body of a Jew that we're not ever allowed to move through us? Thank God I can feel. When my non-Jewish allies witness what my people feel, this toxic pain moves and is purging. So many of us have left Judaism behind, like drawing velvet drapes over the mounds we just can't digest anymore. Please let us feel, let these blue lips turn red and warm. Our grief isn't convenient, our anger isn't neat like pews. We've gagged ourselves for the world. Jews are always rushing to hold space for all sorts of people's pain. The number of groups, Jews for peace, Jews for justice, it's like if we could just hold enough honoring space for other people, maybe our pain could start to sneak out too. I know that as we stand in a church, Jesus is love. And as you look upon us, I ask you to look at us with that love. Love transforms, and it's patient, and we have so much to purge, and we need so much love. Thank you.